Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up? My name is Caitlin, and today I wanted to tell you guys about my top 5 favorite eyeshadow palettes in my collection. I don't have like a super huge collection of eyeshadows. I do have way more than I need, but I don't have like a lot of other YouTuber staples products, but I wanted to tell you about like my favorites of the ones I have. If you guys are curious about my entire collection, then you can check out my declutter that I just did, because I haven't gotten any new palettes since then, I don't think. So if you want to see that, then you'll see all my palettes, so you'll get to see which ones these ones beat out. But I kind of tried to do it in like different categories, so you're not just getting like the same color scheme. So I have my favorite smoky palette, my favorite everyday palette, my favorite neutral palette, that kind of thing. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. My favorite like everyday simple look palette is the Limekime Venus palette. This is the first one. I just love this color selection. There's not like a ton of eyeshadows in here. There's only 8 shadows, but I feel like this is just a simple travel, throw it on everyday palette. Like, it's gonna go good with everything. There's cool tones, and then there's a warm tone, and then this one that kind of like pulls both ways. And then you've got your berry colors, your pinks, and your pop of white right there. And I love this shade too. And this is my all-time favorite transition color ever. Like, I love that. I'll go ahead and swatch a few out of all the palettes for you. There's that white. This is called Aura. The transition shade is called Divine. Looks like that. And let's do a couple more. This is Muse. I love that. And this is Venus. Actually, Venus and Muse are very similar, so I think I'll swatch one more. Let's do Shell. There you go, there's the swatches. So they're just super easy to use, super easy to blend. It's a beautiful color scheme, and it's seriously like it goes with any look you have. Like, you don't have to really think about it. Maybe not a red lip. Well, maybe if you just use the browns, I guess. I don't know. But I love this palette. It's one of my favorites. It's pretty much like my go-to if I'm like, I want something quick and easy. This guy right here. Love it. Okay. My favorite neutral palette is this guy. This is the Smashbox Matte Exposure. Yeah, and it has all kinds of matte shades. Like, all it is matte shades, but it's got your black, it's got your white, it's got great transition shades, it's got a pop of purple, a gray, browns. It's beautiful. Like, I love this palette. I don't do like just matte looks too often, but when I do, obviously this is the palette that I reach for. Here's that purple shade. Let's go ahead and swatch the black as well, just because I really do like this black. Like, that's black. We'll do this like burnt sienna color right there, and one more. Let's do this like white color, because it's not going to show up on me very well, but just so you can see. Yeah, let's do one more. We're going to do this brown. I use this like all the time right there. We'll just swatch it right over top of that white. Maybe we shouldn't have swatched it over top of the white, but it looks like that. This palette is my favorite to use in conjunction with like ColourPop eyeshadows or single shadows that I like, or other palettes that are like colorful palettes but don't really have transition shades, or when I want just like a matte look. Or one thing that I use this palette for a lot is this purple, first off, because look at that purple, and I love a pop of purple on the lower lash line. But I also use this palette a lot when I want to do like a really dramatic winged eyeliner, because I don't really want a lot of shadow on the eye when I do that. I just kind of want something in the crease, a light white on the lid, which is usually these two in the crease, maybe this one down here if I want like to get a little fun, and then this one all over the lid. Smoke it out with one of these darker shades, and good to go. Add a little black, good to go, and then throw on some liners. So I reach for this palette quite a bit, and I did get this at Marshall's actually, so you can save yourself some money. Obviously you can still get it at Sephora, maybe Ulta, I'm not sure. Is Smashbox sold at Ulta? I don't know. I don't know, but maybe at Ulta, but you can definitely get it at Sephora still. It is still on their website, but I got mine at Marshall's, so there's that one. Next, this one is going to be a little bit harder to find now, but this is my favorite smoky palette. Clean these off real quick. And that is, can you guess? the Naked Smoky palette. I love this palette. I don't use this as often as I would like to, just because I don't do these colors as often as I like to, but they are beautiful. This blue, so pretty. I love this palette. I just wish I would use it more. Let's go ahead and swatch them. This is High. So pretty. We'll do Slanted, that blue that I was talking about, which is like a gray toned blue. So pretty. I love that. Let's do a more, like that. It's like a gunmetal color with like almost a brown undertone. Let's do a matte color. Let's do Whiskey, this brown, which is probably the color I use the least in the palette, actually, believe it or not. But they are so beautiful. Like, Urban Decay makes one of the best shadow formulas. They're so pigmented. Actually, my first ever high-end makeup product was an Urban Decay palette. The, I forgot what it's called. Ammo palette, maybe? It's just a little silver guy with a skull on it. It's over there somewhere. In my declutter video, I talk about it if you guys were curious. They do get a little messy in the pan, though. Ooh, I want to swatch this purple, too. Smolder. Love it. Ooh, that came off actually a lot more black than I thought it was. Yeah, it's like a blackened grape color. I love this palette. This is seriously like my go-to. If I know I want a smoky eye, like I want to look like I'm about to step out for a night on the town, which in this little town that I live in is not a thing, but I love this. I love the purple. I like the blues. I do a lot with these three shades if I do anything, or I love this color too, High, just all over the lid, that one right there. It's really pretty for like an everyday look. This one is probably my favorite in the palette. Slanted? No, Armor. Armor is probably my favorite in the palette. I love this. Password is really pretty. This white is really good. It's just a matte white, but it's super pigmented like that. And you can actually see that on me, and I'm pale, so you know it's pigmented. So, love this guy. You can't get it at Sephora anymore, I don't think. I don't know if it's Urban Decay. I can't say words. I don't know if Urban Decay sells it on their site anymore either, but I know you can get it at Nordstrom Rack for I think $27, which is half of the original cost. I love this. I will of course link all of these palettes down below, but I'm pretty sure Nordstrom Rack is the only place you can get this right now. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, now let's talk colorful palettes. This one. Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. I freaking adore this palette. Like, I don't use this as much as I should. I should be using this literally every day. I don't have it on today. First off, smells so good. It smells like chocolate, but I also feel like it smells like vanilla. Maybe I'm crazy. But these are beautiful. Let's swatch them. We're going to do Rich Girl. Let's do New Money, because I don't think I've ever worn that one. I've never worn New Money. Living Lavish and Dripping Diamonds, which is one of my favorites. Okay, here is Rich Girl. Oh my gosh, this one is New Money. I have never worn this one, so I don't know how much I love that one. It's really pretty though. This is Living Lavish, which is really pretty on the lower lash line as well, and Dripping Diamonds, which is my favorite that I've worn. I love Dripping Diamonds. It's so pretty. Like a smoky eye with that in the center, like a smoky halo, which I don't really know if is a thing, but I do it all the time. I love that in the center of it. And look how much pigmentation is still on my fingers. Like, you could literally just keep going. And I even have makeup remover on that one. Like, honestly, it's crazy. This is so pigmented, so pretty. I love them all. I want to just like sit here and swatch all of them for you. I have an entire review on this palette if you guys want to check that out. But seriously, like, I don't have enough good things to say about this. This works really well with them dry or wet. With your fingers, the best way to do it in my opinion, but I usually use a brush with setting spray on it, and that's just how I do it because I don't really like to use my fingers, but it works the best. So if you don't care about using your fingers, then I would recommend doing that. I have to swatch this gold, you guys. I have to. And let's do Old Money as well. Money Bags, and one more. Let's do Classy and Sassy. Seriously, that gold. This is Chocolate Gold. This is, what is this one? Old Money. Money Bags. And Classy and Sassy. So pretty. That gold. guys, this might be, like, it's not my favorite palette, but it's definitely one of my favorite palettes. Obviously, that's what this video is about. Duh. Okay. I can seriously talk about this palette all day, so we're going to go ahead and move on. Obviously, I love this palette for very obvious reasons. They're beautiful, they're super pigmented, they blend easily, they last all day. You can use a glitter glue if you want to, but you don't have to at all. Okay, last palette is my all-time favorite palette. Like, it has transition shades, it has mattes, it has colors, it has, what else did I do? Everyday colors, it has everything, and if you've seen any of my videos at all, then you already know what that is, and that is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I love this palette. I literally talk about it all the time. You can watch pretty much any video on my channel and see that. I will swatch a few shades, even though I'm sure you've seen me do this like a million times. Let's do this one. I don't know the names of these because I have the old palette, so it's not on the back, and I don't know where I did with my card. So there's these. It's got this really beautiful green, this teal, this purple, and this red shade. The purple is my favorite purple of all time. I use this purple literally all the time. I really wanted to wear it today, but I didn't. It's beautiful though, and that teal is so pretty. Let's swatch some of the matte shades too, just so you guys can see how beautiful those are too. Let's do this black. I wear this guy all the time, so we'll swatch that one, and this green. So you've got this really pretty burnt orange shade, this black, which is so black, this transition shade that I literally wear like every day, and this black and green color. It's like a hunter green. So the mattes are just as beautiful. Seriously, this is my favorite eyeshadow palette. I don't know what else to say about it except for it's amazing, and if you don't own it already, you are missing out on life, and you need this in your life. It's beautiful. Like, honestly, I kind of want to buy a second one just to have it for when I run out, because I'm definitely going to hit pan on this, and I don't think I've ever hit pan on a single eyeshadow palette except for my Ammo palette from Urban Decay, which was my first ever high-end eyeshadow palette, so you know I use that like every day. But yeah, so that's amazing, and seriously, they're hard to get off. Okay, so that's my top 5, but I do have one more I want to talk about just because it's like an honorable mention, because it would definitely be in my top 5, but I didn't want to include it because it's no longer sold, so the only way you're going to find it is like Amazon, eBay, Mercari, what's the other one? Shop Hush, is that what it is? I don't know. I use Mercari all the time. I have my code down below if you want to use that and save like $20 or something. I love it. Obviously, it's not an affiliate code because, duh, but anyone can get one. Like, if you have a Mercari account, then you automatically have a code, and you can just like give it to your friends, and when they sign up and use your code, you both save money, so it's not like an affiliate thing. But that is the Too Faced I Want Candy palette. This palette is amazing. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today because I love it so much. Like, this is probably my second favorite palette. That's my cat, of course, but I love this. This is what it looks like. I'm wearing this shade right here called Sweet Toffee all over the lid. Then I have butterscotched and a little bit of pastry, not quite very much, but mostly butterscotch in the crease. And then I have hot chocolate on the outer corner a little bit, and then the same sweet toffee, butterscotch, and hot chocolate on the lower lash line. And then I have whipped cream on the brow bone and inner corner. There is a little bit of a close-up for you. This quad right here is my absolute favorite. I don't really reach for these two very often, but I use the rest of them. But this little quad, mainly this little trio. I usually use these three and then this one. I don't really touch the black just because it's got shimmer in it. But this shade right here called Sugar Plum. Are you joking? Like, are you joking? And then I love Raspberry Cocoa. And then Taupe Berry, which is very similar to that first shade in the Lime Crime palette that I said is my favorite transition shade of all time. They're very similar. So, here is Sugared Plum. Oh my gosh, you guys, like, if you know me, you know I love purples, obviously, especially on the eyes. This is Raspberry Cocoa. This is Taupe Berry. Like, those are my kind of colors. these and then pop on the Jaclyn Hill color, like on the lower lash line with these all over the lid. Done. Like, great. I would be in love. I am in love with this palette. Let's go ahead and swatch Sweet Toffee because that's what I'm wearing on my lid too. Right there. Just so you can see it. That goes right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. What was I saying? I don't even remember. Oh, this purple is like a frosted purple with like a pink undertone almost, and it's beautiful, and I love it. Like this all over the lid, this in the crease, this in the outer corner and in the crease, like in the outer V. And then, what shade would we use? Probably, let's call it Pastry, and we'd mix it with Taupe Berry and maybe a little bit of Hot Chocolate in the outer corner. Lower lash line, same thing. Done. And then, obviously, you'd put whipped cream on the brow bone and inner corner, and it's like my favorite eyeshadow look of all time. So I love that. I literally wore this like every day for like a month straight, and I've been trying to like make myself not use it, which has gotten me in the habit of using the Jaclyn Hill palette constantly, so it's just a never-ending problem. But I literally like love that palette. I wish that they'd make it permanent because this is an amazing palette. If you can find it in some stores somehow, maybe Marshall's at some point, I don't know. If you find this and you can buy it and you want to like risk it not being real, which it's pretty easy to tell if it's real or fake because this is a pretty unique palette. This is what the back looks like. If you can find this palette, don't sleep on it because you're missing out. Yeah, that is all of my palettes. Well, not all of my palettes, but my top 5 and one honorable mention. So yeah, that's my top 5. If you guys like this video and you want to see more of my top 5s, I do have other ones. I did my top 5 lipsticks and liquid lipsticks, so if you want to see other ones like maybe nail polishes or eyeliners or anything like that, let me know down below by liking this video and leaving a comment. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and if you are subscribed, turn on the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. Bye guys.